Hello and welcome to another game of Fury of Dracula. This is the reverse matchup against Spencer Wolfhart. We have previously won, well, spoiler alert, we previously won the Hunters game with 15 IDS. So if we want it, we're guaranteed Hunters for round 3 if it comes to round 3. So the only meaningful outcomes of this game are win or lose. IDS doesn't matter. Right, now what is this start? I've seen this start once before. I think it was Spencer who played it. And we've got Van Helsing in Manchester. Lord Gadarin and Mina in Bucharest. They're able to psychic scan Baltica, and from some recordings I've seen, he doesn't get greedy and try not to psychic scan Baltica and instead take tickets. Like, he genuinely scans Baltica, and then at some point, you won't know when, he will move to Austria-Hungary and psychic scan Austria-Hungary. So, I'm gonna pause the recording while I talk about this opening, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so we're gonna psychic scan the east, and it's going to be very difficult and likely to fail if we try and nip from Austria-Hungary to Baltica. Like, it's always tempting, right? Like, oh, I think you can psychic scan Baltica and I can be in Austria-Hungary. And then I can move to Baltica when he moves to Austria-Hungary. He'll psychic scan Austria-Hungary and miss me. But you won't know when Hunters are going to move. But they'll move at an unpredictable time. And you've got to move before they move, but precisely before they move, not before. So let's rule Baltica and Austria-Hungary out of the equation. What's the general ideas of this setup? If we consider the map as 4 extremities around a centre, so the first extremity is the east, the second extremity is Italy, the third extremity is Spain, and the fourth extremity is Britannica, then we've positioned our Hunters in 3 of the 4 extremities. We've chosen the 3 which make the most sense. And then we're gonna... Then Dracula is inclined to not start in any of these extremities. And we can quickly move our Hunters towards the middle of the map, and they will know that they are moving towards Dracula. Dracula is very likely to start either in Italy or in like central Germany, France, northern Italy, because that's the space that's far away from Hunters. So we can move all of our Hunters towards Dracula before we even found where he is. So that's the merits of the start, and now we need to think about what we can do with our hand against this start. I'm considering the idea of layering in northern Italy, southern Germany. Maybe... I've also got this fog which I think I could use. Maybe like fog in, was it Genoa 25? And then like hoax in 45. I also have this idea that hired scouts are very likely to check Italy first, right? Because, Hunters are positioned in 3 of the 4 extremities of the map, so hired scouts should check the 4th extremity. So I'm wondering if I can start in like northern Italy, wait for hired scouts to check southern Italy, and then move into southern Italy. It's an idea. Or we could just start in the middle of the map. The middle of the map is quite nice, it's very well connected. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward until we make some evidence of making a decision. Okay, and we've chosen Milan. I'm glad I fast forwarded there. Oh, so we haven't quite chosen Milan. We're about to choose Milan. Good. I'm glad I fast forwarded there. That was a long way. Idea I think is to put fog near the start of the trail, and then hope to have hoax in the same region as fog. Is that money trail on Mina? No, work leave. Fine. Tickets will go down in. Okay. Ticket Seward. Ticket Van Helsing, presumably. And psychic scan Mina. Yep, I'm not in Baltica. So this is fog. But I'm thinking of putting in Genoa. Yeah, I'm constantly having to reevaluate because as soon as hired scouts appear, I want to think again. But hired scouts haven't appeared yet. Kind of hoping they would have done. Yeah, okay. Fog in Genoa. Lord Gadawi has moved already. Because he supplied once and took tickets once. Me didn't have a ticket. They have moved to 28 round 1. Or round 2, I suppose. Fine. Giving tickets to Mina, okay. Presumably this is giving tickets to Mina. And or event, and or items. And items, fine. Ticket Van Helsing. So ticket Seward. Shouldn't ticket Van Helsing? No. Van Helsing and Seward are trading. That's fine with me. Seward has 2 events. Van Helsing has 2 events. Okay, is this... I'm not planning to hide anyway, so I don't care if this is wax cylinders. I don't know why he's trading now before taking a second ticket. Normally people take a second ticket first. Okay, we still haven't seen hired scouts. So I was hoping that, like, I don't know, maybe Roman Bari or Roman Naples or Naples and Bari would have been checked by hired scouts. But that would have been too much to hope for. I can go anywhere and place hoax now, or if I want hoax to be in the same region as my fog, which I do, providing it's in the same region, like providing I can go to Marseille and then go to 2460 or 37 with my hoax, and if the fog matures, it can protect the hoax, providing there isn't already a hunter there, but that's pretty unlikely. So Okay, we put the hoax in Marseille. Well, as it happened, we drew a second hoax. But I don't really understand. Okay, Logadami is moving. Sewage is still supplying. We put the fog in Genoa, and then the hoax didn't go in Italy. I guess we were planning to put like a rumoured vampire in Italy and claim that that's good enough value. Logadami and Mina move. So between them they've supplied 3 items. Because they've been moving the entire time. Apart from round 1. They've been slightly scanning out. They've moved every turn apart from round 1. Yeah, so I want to go back into Italy now. To start making my circle of length 6. Technically, I don't have to go back into Italy to make a circle of length 6. I could go to like 15. But I somewhat like the idea of my 6 locations, including Munich, because I might choose to split off. Okay, we drew the second hoax, so we put down the second hoax. And it's if the fog survives, then the hoax will mature. Fog probably won't survive, but that's okay. Logadami moves again. They have now supplied still 3 items between them. Okay, I've already spent my fog, so that's not in my hand. The fighter vamp goes away. That's okay. I get this with soil. That's fine. And Mina. Work, leap, dogs, and one other item. She's moving. And they're psychic scanning Italy. Well, that's not ideal. Because I'm in Italy. But they are at least undersupplied. Like, between them they have 3 items and one of them is dogs. Yep, I'm in Italy. I guess I might as well stay in Italy. I'd rather they had to check whether I'm in the base of Italy. Like, if I leave Italy this turn, they supply this turn, and they psychic scan, then we know I wasn't in the base of Italy. No need to rumour the hoax. I think we're going to clear it anyway. It's like in the middle of the map. Okay, now what does Logadami do? I have laid... Okay, he guesses the top of Italy, but now he doesn't know if I've marched down Italy or not. He still doesn't know if I could have walked down the foot of Italy and be about to pop into the Adriatic, and then I don't think I'd even need to wolf form out of Adriatic. I mean, I could just move to 55. Like, no one... Logadami and Mina presumably don't have a horse. And they probably don't have the ticket economy for a horse, even if they did have a horse. Okay, so it is moving. I'm looking at the current situation and deciding that hanging out in the middle of the map is less attractive now that Lord Godalming and Mina are already here. Van Helsing moves as well, because he's one of the 2 hunters that are actually supplied, and therefore we want to have his supplies in Central Europe. Yes, Van Helsing moves. Mina checks Florence. Okay, so he rules out that I walked down Italy towards Bari in the east. Lord Godalming Knight supplied because he's undersupplied. Okay. He finds Zurich and Geneva. That's fine. He Knight supplied. I had a 1 in 3 chance of getting the event. That's pretty good. I mean, now Lord Godalming has 3 items. No, only 2 items. Because Mina has all of the items that Rachel supplied before. Fine. I want to leave to the east because hunters have shown no evidence of like supplying lots, getting lots of horses, and getting lots of ticket economy. So, you know, the place where rail tickets don't work sounds pretty attractive to me. I say don't work. Of course, rail tickets do actually work in the east, but like they're not nearly so good, right? We're considering wool forming. The wool form to Zagreb is obvious. Like, it's very obvious. I could go to 54. But the wool form to Zagreb is obvious, but often things are obvious because they're like kind of good. Put a spy down. I hope that the spy catches a weapon, but given that hunters haven't shown the evidence of using a horse yet, surely hunters can just discard their tickets and show me their hand. I mean, show me your hand is pretty good too. Yeah, lots of hoaxes and a fog on the trail, but presumably none of it matures. Okay, Lord Godalming walks to Munich. It looks like he's checking 59 next turn, and maybe 58, but presumably 59. I'm incentivized to go to 59 rather than 58 because it's not in the rail line. Mina can search this on her own time. Lord Godalming Knight supplies again. Okay, when a hunter player plays local rumours, hides, scouts, newspaper reports, or evil presence, cancel that card. He stakes a hoax. That's okay. So I have a Drac event. I wouldn't say a terribly good one. I've never actually looked at Mina Harker has dogs, I already knew that, and she also has a stake. She stakes fog. Fine, you can't stake fog. Yeah, like obviously I know some Drac. I know the good Drac events, right? You know, Darkness Returns, Unearthly Swiftless, Wild Horses, all cards which I consider good, and therefore I might choose if I have a hoax, but the ones I wouldn't choose. Okay, we lair Milan with wolves. Yep, didn't really want wolves. have a feeling that Lord Godalming is going to come to 59 to check it. Having a fight with Lord Godalming, I would be very on board with. You know, I can ambush, and then I can escape his bat. Get a free wolf form. Probably won't kill him, but if I can just like beat him up quite a bit, he is the hunter's only presence in the east. And it looks like he's coming to 59 next turn. Of course, I look rather silly if I hide and spy the wolves. We could have had double spy, but if he just shows me his hand and discards his tickets to the first spy, then the second spy looks rather stupid. He forewarns the spy. Now I wish I had two of them. And he has two weapons. He has knife, rifle, and something else. Okay. And we have not much trail left to be cleared. I mean, there's Geneva and Zurich, which is Hoax and... Ooh, what do we put in Geneva? So what do we put in Zurich? I can't remember. Mina supplies away her stake. And Lord Godalming leaves the combat. Fine. Well, hunters have one less escape route than they had before. Lord Godalming takes tickets. Seward has a second stake for the second hoax. Okay. That's 3 stakes in the bin. That's a lot of stakes in the bin. And also hunters have made so little progress supplying through the item deck, but it's not like they've spent 3 stakes and they've gone through the entire deck and they're about to reshuffle and get new ones. Like realistically at this point they spent 3 of their 4 stakes for the game. Okay, Genoa gets rats. That's okay. I kind of want to fight with Lord Godalming. And I also want to go east. Not sure where he's going to go. He didn't like a spy last time, so he can have another spy. He's got one item I haven't seen yet. Like he had... Ah, yep, here we are. Time for another one of these. Now he is like clearing the trail rather effectively. Because I keep ambushing him. Right, planned ambush, horse, knife, and rifle. Okay. So into planned ambush I can just play mesmerize. That's not a problem. I get punched for it, that's okay. And 2 tickets gone. Seward continues soloing the trail. I say soloing, it's not quite fair. Mina did take the first location and then stand still. Mina is supplying. dropping her dogs, and showing a pistol. And excellent weather. Excellent weather could be relevant. Like excellent weather can go from 57 to 55. And this is a heroic leap that must have been traded from Mina to Van Helsing to Lord Godalming. It was an aristocratic vampire in 60, still becomes delayed. Fine. None of these hunters can get to me, right? I mean, renewed vigour, sense of emergency, Mina can get here. But that feels like a stretch. Okay. Marseille Lair. Good. And let's put something relevant here, because hunters might conceivably want to come back through Marseille. Okay, if I leave the east, I could be coming through Marseille. Sorry, if I leave from the east, hunters might want to have Marseille as a staging point. So I have a choice of move. Probably regular move. I haven't got all form to spend anyway. And that would be a move to 6, 50 or 55. Or I could feed with up to 12 hit points and tell Lord Godalming that he's ready to fight me again while he's on 6 and I'm on 12. Seward is delayed. Van Helsing surely can't reach me. Can Van Helsing reach me with renewed vigour and a 3-2 ticket and a horse? Yes. But I've seen no evidence that Van Helsing has a horse. The hunters have good ticket economy. And he might not have a 3-2 ticket anyway. He might not have renewed vigour. Okay, 1v1 fight at dawn. He's played his planned ambush. Well, we asked for Mesmerise. So I guess we'll play Mesmerise. We've got 2 of them, in fact. Yep, he's presumably going to keep that one. Punch into Mesmerise. We have a 3B, Mesmerise into something that will succeed. But maybe he plays something with low value because he knows I might mesmerise it. Like maybe this isn't the turn he plays knife because Mesmerise is known to beat all of his cards, so I'm incentivized to play Mesmerise. I might not have Mesmerise. He tries to leave. Okay. Okay, Plotty is beaten by pistol, Claws is beaten by pistol, Fangs is beaten by knife. He can't escape this turn. I can just leave this combat at will if escape is missed. He plays pistol or punch. I get a good result out of playing Fangs. If he plays knife, I'm happy with playing plotting. Just anything but Fangs, really. I mean, claws. 2 damage from 2 damage isn't the end of the world. Okay, hopefully he doesn't punch or play pistol. Just a lot to ask for. He does punch. Okay, down to 10 HP. So far this combat we have done no damage and we've taken 1 back. We just drew strength, so we play strength into knife. Good. We now done 2 damage for taking 1 back. Much better exchange rate. Fangs is very obvious there. It's better than claws. It's a complete 3-bit. I can't lose on fangs. So maybe he plays something which isn't dodge. He doesn't, but there was nothing better anyway. Plotting is useless. I could do presumably 2 damage into 2 damage with claws into knife. Wouldn't it be better to escape as mist? I'd rather be on 10 health than... I'd rather it be 10v5 than 8v3. So I think that was a mistake. Should have escaped as mist. Okay, now we're on 8 HP, but feed is on betrayal. Like, we took 3 damage in that combat. We did 4 damage back. Our strength and our claws. And Lockdown is presumably going to have to run away. Like, I can't imagine him not running away. Steward became undelayed. Lockdown has run away. Van Helsing does have horses. Slow horses. Slow horses that were in fact almost slower than a train ticket. Like even a white, like even like a 1-1 ticket would get him to 7, which seems closer than 30. What was that? Heal? Don't know what Steward did. Doesn't matter. People are still taking lots of tickets. Presumably horse economy is bad. Or hunters want tickets with which to move with. We have to clear a location. Kind of wanted to keep Marseille. Geneva. That one's Geneva, right. I think whatever cards that we don't want in the east, we should dump on this there, because it's probably going to get cleared before any hunter goes near it. So we decide we don't want mob. That's fine. Okay. Hopefully we don't die. I mean, surely we don't die, right? It's like a chartered carriage. Yeah. Okay, we're still on 0 points, which is quite bad. But we still... Hunters have 1 stake, either in their hand or still in the supply deck. And we still have all of our fighter vamps and all of the ruin tokens that we've earned so far. So 2 ruin tokens. So we should be able to get some points. And hunters are going to have to demonstrate some ability to come and get us, because currently they are far away and moving slowly. Lorgadamin supplied sewage supplied at night and gave me wild horses. Huge. So unfortunately he's going to know that I have wild horses as soon as one of his hunters moves. But wild horses is huge. I have wild horses. Let's have a quick recap on what wild horses say, for those of us that, before any cards in hideouts or lairs are revealed, move a hunter to an adjacent city. Then reveal only the cards in the hunter's new location. Okay. So it's like a super speedy bats when they move. Do we want to lair Zurich? I'm not sure. Yeah, we didn't want a mob anyway, so let's get rid of that and put rats in Zurich. Yeah, we don't want rats. Right, we need to choose where to go. I mean, staying off the rail line seems attractive, especially now we have wild horses. And hunters have shown little appetite to move with their horses. Like, they moved once and they rolled slow. And we're currently standing on an aristocratic vampire. Okay, we're trying to score some points. And we're not scared about being killed because, hunters seem weak. So laying down our aristocratics. And presumably we're not going to rumour any of them. So, hunters have moved to Sophia. Fine. Could have used wild horses. If I'd put that a proper encounter in 46, I could have maybe used wild horses to push him directly onto me and then killed him. But I didn't. Now he knows I have wild horses. But that's okay, we still have wild horses. Okay, Mina checks 10. Well, I wouldn't have minded a 1v1 fight with Mina. Escape is back, flight of castle, get 5 health. Next turn I could roll 4. Maybe kill Mina. Maybe just hurt her so she's weak. Okay, what are we following up our aristocratic vampires with? We have to lair something first. We don't have to, but we probably should. Yeah, it is awkward to know what to clear now. Like, leaving Zurich and Milan as locations seems kind of good. Like, it can make hunter movement awkward. And yeah, bats. We really need bats at the moment. They're quite a good encounter to push on the lair that hunters might have to run through. Hunters still have not discarded a Heavenly Host, so probably be able to deal Desecrated Soil. Really putting mob into the glow? I don't believe it. It must be that, surely. There we go. Now what is this? Is this vampire? Is this soil? Is this bats? This is vampire. And we're not removing Sophia. We're going to hope that Sophia gets cleared before we have to commit to putting the rumor token on our new vampire. Like if Sophia gets cleared and it costs them their day action because they get delayed, then we're happy with our rumor token on the new vampire. No, instead we're fighting Lord Godalming. Okay. Well, I'm glad I have a proper vampire hat. Lord Godalming escape routes out of that combat. So he's got 5 HP. Is this sense of emergency and I regret everything? Hopefully not. He's thinking. That's good. That seems like not a sense of emergency. No, we won't use wild horses. Is he preparing for excellent weather to 55? In case I'm not staying here. I'm not going to hide in place. Right? Can't feed in place. Van Helsing moved by train from 30 to 38. That's fine. Yep, you are fine there. Okay, so we're still fighting this man who still has a knife, a rifle, and a horse. But now he only has 5 HP. We have a very wide selection of cards. Makes it kind of difficult to decide what to do. Hopefully he doesn't play knife. He dodges. Okay, that's an acceptable result. Plotting would have been much better. Presumably he's about to escape. So we mesmerise, but therefore he might punch. We could pick claws. He gets good results into everything but pistol. So he's got a rifle, not pistol, right? I can't remember now. A gun. Okay, we pray it's not pistol. But if it is pistol, he's still locked in combat with me. Okay, good. Labian, mesmerise, or plot? Mesmerise is a 3B. If he escapes, then I have a strength / plotting. It's got a 50% chance of killing him. If he dodges, then I need to draw claws in a random draw in order to kill him. Okay, he dodged. I guess we'll try and mesmerise again. And this time we really will mesmerise the escape. And then round 5 we'll have a guess as to whether he plays dodge or punch or pistol. But pistol is no different against. It's not that different. Like, I can play strength into punch and I can play strength into pistol. Surely now is not the time to plot, because hunters have all strength. Hunters have escape, which famously cancels both plotting and strength. So we should probably be thinking about a card which isn't cancelled by escape. Hunter's on 1 HP. He probably wants to escape, especially when there's only one card in our entire deck that we haven't got in hand that deals damage to the hunter into escape. Good. I got there eventually. Okay, strength would have been really good. Or plotting. Plotting would have worked fine. Frick. Okay. Now we've got nothing that does damage into escape. He presumably doesn't dodge and then escape. He presumably plays escape first. But in which case, there's nothing I can do about that. Apart from escape as bat now, if I want to. But I don't really want to clear my vampire. I don't feel that I need to escape as bat. I'm kind of happy with going to Athens next turn. I kind of agree with this choice. Like, okay, it looks silly when he punches. It looks very silly when he punches. But now I might have drawn claws. No claws. Okay, I guess we'll play strength. Strength. He's just going to dodge anyway, it doesn't matter. But he might play knife to escape as bat if he thinks that I want to play escape as bat. Fine. Well, we're now on 6 health. Somehow we lost a fight with a 5 health Lord Godalming. Okay, we didn't lose that badly, he just punched us twice, but twice. Something like that. We still haven't got feedback. And does Mina become delayed? I sure hope she does. I think it's a mistake for her to become delayed. She has become delayed. Glorious. Now do I hide? I know I said I wouldn't, but Mina's now delayed. Seward or someone could have excellent weather, maybe have excellent weather and speedy telegraph. You could send Van Helsing to me, and could send Seward onto my location. That seems bad. Mina still has 1 excellent weather. Fine. Maybe escaping his bat against Lord Godalming would have been good there. I would have been on 7 HP, and I could be in Bucharest or Belgrade now. Walk to Glatz or Klausenberg, and walk to the castle. Feed up to 11. As opposed to wolf forming down to 5. But I mean, like go to the castle to heal up to 11, not feeding. 59 is Lair. 49 is on the trail. The wolf forming to Bucharest doesn't seem to have good long-term options. Apart from like going to the castle, but that's with the wolf forming play already, that seems bad. So maybe we just go to Athens. Hunters probably can't reach us. We've already eaten 1 forward. They haven't supplied that much, they probably haven't got the second one. And if we put the fog here, then we'll have time to feed, probably. Okay. So we have vampire. We consider 4 points from the aristocratic vampire good enough. Even though it would clear off block. Lord Godalming supplies because he is nearly dead. Shocker. Housing supplies a pistol. Is it scars a pistol? Evil presence. Yeah, that can go off. That's fine. Next to Lord Godalming. Shocker. Mina becomes undelayed. Now I can hide and then I can feed. Heals me up to 9, which is enough to then be able to like take 4 damage from going to sea, and then wolf forming. Or to have a combat and not be terrified. Mina's taking a ticket. Sarajevo. A location that's in between me and 2 other hunters. Yeah, seems more relevant than Zurich or Marseille. And we choose bodyguards. Can I tell you why I chose bodyguards? No. Yeah, and reversing the order, putting soil was the location in Athens. Feels like it would have been better, and like hiding fog on top feels like it would have been better. But I suppose it does come with a risk of like renewed vigour. Excellent weather on Seward and sense of emergency on Van Helsing. But maybe I just die then. Okay, and that was our second fog, so we are now out of fog. Hopefully it triggers before the reshuffle. We might even stop layering locations. Van Helsing just discarded their last stake. That's pretty wild. They now have no stakes. Who's moved? Mina has moved. I could have a 1v1 fight with Mina. But she's on 9 HP and I'm on 6 HP. So that's probably bad. We won't ambush during day, even though Logadami is weak. Mina and Logadami are repositioning their items. Okay. So we now no longer know precisely what Logadami used to have. Oh no, I cannot remember if it was rifle or pistol. I'm going to say gun, knife, horse. We don't want to dart. Cool, we want to feed. Good. Back up to 9. Speedy telegraph. Okay, this could get hurty. No, we need vigor. Fine. The worst this can be is like a 2v1. And I can always push someone away. Nope, you can come in. Right? I can ambush with fog. Or I could not ambush with fog. Oh, she hasn't got forewarned. I can just ambush with fog. Isn't this perfect? Might as well ambush with both cards. Surely we should ambush with the fog as well. He has one event. I mean, if he doesn't have forewarned, I'm happy to not ambush with fog. But given that we know Mina doesn't have forewarned, we don't ambush with fog. Crazy. Like, didn't we know Mina didn't have forewarned? Did I misread her events? She doesn't want to reveal Heavenly Host. No, I can see right now she has no events that aren't excellent weather. I guess I'm claiming I'm not scared of Logadami. I can always push him away with wild horses if I need to. Or ambush with fog, and then if that failed, no, I can't ambush with fog and then push him with horses. It doesn't work in that order. Sewage is still supplying. Helton is still supplying. Okay, now Hunters are supplying a lot. Like a lot per turn. But they're still somehow undersupplied. Because they didn't supply at the start of the game. Okay, Fangs, Mesmerise, Strength. I reckon he's going to punch round 1. So I'm not going to Mesmerise round 1. So I'm going to play Fangs. He didn't punch round 1. That looks stupid. Okay. Now, Mina wanted this fight, right? Like, she moved into my location. She's presumably here to try and achieve something. and she doesn't have a heavenly host. So the thing she's trying to achieve is stabbing me with a knife. So strength seems pretty good. Is it strength into punch or strength into knife, I wonder? Strength into knife. Even better, knife is broken. We have another strength. We also have mesmerize, we also have fangs. It is round 3, we still can't escape. Escape is that will clear feed, which is great. Do we reckon that Mina attacks us again? Or escapes? She goes for it again. Nice. Another weapon broken. She's now showing holy bullets, and that is it. We're fighting a weaponless, itemless Mina. I can escape his bat if I want to. I can attempt to mesmerize. I can play fangs. And all it can do is, I can't lose health from playing fangs. Doesn't mean I won't be able to kill by mesmerizing and then playing fangs. Mina's now weak, right? Lord Godalming is also weak, and the other two aren't really in the east. If I can escape his bat, then next turn my options look good. And now, and then Sophia's gonna, I'm going to lair it, and I can put double reckless vampire in Sophia. Hunters won't be able to kill me next turn because aforementioned Lord Godalming is weak and Mina is weak. They also won't be able to deal with my like 3 rumoured vampires with their 0 stakes. So one of those is going to mature, which gets me 7 points. Which is a pretty good start. Right, and now here's the rules question. If I play Escape as bad, what's going to happen? So notably, 55, 46 and 50 are still on the trail. 49 is a lair. Can I escape as bat from this combat, go to 49, and keep the encounter that's currently on 49, or will that crash the game? I asked the spectators in a moment. We'll skip through that, and I'll tell you the answer. Yes, you can. You can escape as bat to 49. You can escape as bat to a lair and keep the encounter that is on the lair. What you can't do is escape as bat. You can't declare you want to escape as bat and fly away as bat if there is if all the locations you could escape as bat to are either occupied by a hunter or on the trail. So if there was a hunter in 49 and I said I wanted to escape as bat, then I wanted to fly away, then it would crash the game and it would get stuck. So in summary, yes, you can escape as bat to a lair and keep the encounter, but I didn't know that and the spectators weren't sure either. So we're going to fast forward to when I decide what's going on. I've decided to play Fangs into whatever Mina's played. It happens to heal me net 1, which is good. if I choose to escape as bat, which presumably I will choose to escape as bat here, or play claws. Claws is good. Then I will just clear the bodyguards on the lair location, because it gives you a prompt to clear a lair. I feel like I don't want to risk the game crashing. Let me fast forward again. Okay, we choose to escape as bat. Claws might have been better if we'd got a kill, but this is also very good. Right, remove a lair. If I'd have known that I could have kept the lair and kept the encounter on it, then I would have kept the encounter on it, but I didn't. That's fine. Again, we need to fast forward. Okay, I cleared the lair in 49, and I moved to the lair. I moved to down the thing that's not a lair. Clearing the lair is much better than going to sea. Yes, and that was a message to us. The game still looks quite winning. I didn't want to waste any more time deciding if I could keep bodyguards or not. Like, I get to put double reckless in 50. Yeah. So, for the benefit of the viewer, you can escape as bat to a lair. You keep the encounter that's already on the lair. Life is good. You can do that. It will be face up if it was face up before, but that's fine. Mina's just supplied in the day. Yeah, okay. No, it's Mina just supplied at night. Fine. Sophia gets laired with a reckless. One of our friendly men with top hats. We go to Sophia and put down another reckless and rumor it immediately. I suppose you don't have to rumor it immediately. We could, feed her. We choose not to rumor it yet. I suppose we can't feed and move to a port next turn. Okay. Lord Gadami is moving slowly. Pretty sure he wanted to roll fast there. I could use wild horses to push him onto me. And then if Mina can't reach, then he dies, presumably. But again, the game seems to be going quite well. I'm guessing my 7 or so points, presumably fairly soon. I'm on 9 HP. Hunters still seem weak. No need to spend wild horses so. Seward is moving by train. Okay. He can now reach all of the east via chartered carriage. And wild horses doesn't work on chartered carriage. Excellent weather was just pulled off Mina. During day. Seems odd. Lord Godalming continues to heal. Steward replaces his ticket. Helsing is giving something to Seward. Mina heals to 4. I'm layering the vampire because I didn't rumor it. It's a shame it's an aristocratic now, because if it was an actual encounter, then I could go there and be confident, whereas now I can go there and be scared. Like, I could die here. Like, it looks like Seward could have a chartered carriage. Logadam and Mina could both roll horses. And then the aristocratic and the bats can't save me. It would be a 2v1 because I could wild horses Mina. I mean, if I survive, presumably someone will get battered into a pair of vampires and die. Yeah, and the problem with Bucharest is that Seward might not have chartered carriage, and he might actually just be planning to rail to Bucharest without using a chartered carriage. It's all very problematic. Belgrade. Yeah, sure, we can go to Belgrade. Hunters will never see that one coming. But maybe they will, I don't know. Big decision here. Slonica, I might die. 56, I might die, but I probably don't. Like, it seems quite hard for me to die in 56. Lorgadamin can roll fast. Mina doesn't have sense of emergency, or she does, she'll be too weak anyway. So Lorgadamin can horse towards me, I can push him away with wild horses. And then it's just Seward in the 1v1. So it seems like I won't die. So we put a hoax down because we're confident we won't die. That's fine, hunters are going to have to get delayed to deal with the hoax. Another problem for hunters. Provided I don't die. Long night. Okay, that's fine. Fast horses. And he does check 56. Now, if Seward has chartered carriage, I need Lorgadamin to go away here. Can we check whether Seward has events that could conceivably be chartered carriage? Or we just know that Seward has events? Fine. Lorgadamin, go away, fight 2 vampires. It's during day, bit of a shame. And we could have used this to try and kill Mina. Like, if Mina ever moves, we can wild horse her into the bats in 46 and then have 2 night fights. But, damaging Lorgadamin seems pretty good too. What a combat hand, eh? Mesmerize Fangs, plotting claws. So Mesmerize Fangs, plotting strength. What more could you want? Hand escape is missed in case it all goes wrong. We choose Fangs. Well, Mesmerize might have been better. It would have been better. Got a point. Points are good though. what luck? The exact same combat hand. This time we go mesmerize. We learn from our mistakes. Well, good job, guys. Plotting or strength? Strength. Strength into pistol. It's a good strength. Do we reckon he has knife? He's about to play knife. Getting a point would be nice. Okay, we didn't get a point yet. This is a classic dodge turn. But it's actually a pistol turn, a sort of pseudo dodge. Fine. He is mesmerized, so Fang doesn't kill me. I can plot again, probably won't achieve anything. I'm not going to die, so I don't need to escape his mist this turn. Even Fangs into a knife, I live. He just played pistol, so he can't play pistol. So claws, worst case, is claws into dodge. Okay, well, it would have been much nicer to get a point out of that. But he's on 1 HP. Having two hunters, Logidami and Mina, being completely non-threatening. That's pretty good. Now there is the chartered carriage, and Ralone is going to mature and not even wipe Sophia. Lovely. Unless something crazy happens here, like a sense of emergency, but yeah, so we're going to have like a 2v1 night fight via sense of emergency with Mina on Mina. Hired scouts, that does nothing, so we'll let that happen. Mina discards dogs, that's good. Okay, he has a garlic reef. We can't heal off Fangs until we either play Claws or Mesmerize. I feel Spencer's been leading out with Punch quite a lot. And use the Punch again. And Punch is punished by Claws, especially at night. Okay. Garlic Reef is gone. Good. Plotting is pretty good here. If Drac escapes, that's fine with me. If Drac doesn't escape, then plotting resolves, unless he has like a surprise pistol. There is one pistol on Lord Godalming. Don't know about the potential last pistol. Plotting into Crucifix. Perfect. Okay. we could conceivably kill Dracula. I could kill Seward now. Well, we don't need any escapes, right? Like, we're doing better in this combat than Seward is. We're wondering whether we want the escape as bad. But we don't need to escape as bad to Bucharest. Okay. Claws, fangs, mesmerise. We can also go plotting again. It's pretty funny. Like, if he punches, he cancels it with the first plotting. It doesn't make dodge and crucifix much like stronger cards in the future, but he anticipates claws into his escape after plotting and gets punished by me playing safe and playing strength. Nice. Unless he has 2 guns, which I don't believe he does, then claws here is lethal. Unless he has great strength. So we'll try claws. Claws is lethal, he doesn't have great strength. Perfect. That's got us to 5 points. That was worth 4 points to us. So now Valona Mature gets us to 11. And yeah. I think that if you don't if you don't deal with Sophia or Valona, I don't know. Okay, now I kind of want to get off this bloody hoax, this thing which didn't give me an ambush when hunters tried to kill me. We'll mature this, it's worth 6 points. We are discarding fog. But that's okay, hunters are weak. Ilgadawin has 2 hit points and is going to somehow have to deal with these 2 reckless vampires. Yeah, getting off the hoax. Is it a hoax or it is a hoax, isn't it? Not automatic. We consider Wolf fall into Salonica and decide that it's not worth it. We do no longer have wild horses, so the bats and Salonica aren't going to get a kill, especially if we don't go there. I don't really mind what I put here, I just want it to do like damage to hunters. Yeah, and probably not rats as well, but like mob, rats, so mob, reckless. No, it's a hoax. If they don't deal with it, that's fine with me. Heavenly Host and Crucifix. Oh, does he only have 3 items when he jumped us? Or did we break 2? Housing supplies, Mina supplies. Starting garlic reef. The hunters, there's no stakes in this deck, so hunters are going to have to deal with these 2 hired scouts. This is a nice supply, yes, but I want to hide where I am, so I can deny this in order to be able to hide. I want to leave by the sea relatively soon, because this gives so much work to hunters. They're going to have to, like, once I can go to sea and stay at sea until the end of the game, or like until week 4, then hunters are going to need to presumably send a hunter to Sophia to support Lord Godalming in killing those 2 vampires. I don't think he's going to manage it on his own. They're going to have to do that without a single Fangs resolving. Then they're going to have to find a stake in excess of what they're planning to use to clear Sophia. Then they're going to need to find Vampire Lair and play Vampire Lair. Or they can just try and kill me. But reminder, they're weak. And they're night supplying for stuff, probably stakes. Because we need at least 1. Now I could feed. If I cared about IDS, I think I might. Like if this was our first game of 2, then I really think the probability of hunters killing me this turn is small. Like they need, like Seward is so weak, we need renewed vigor and movement events. Maybe they don't need movement events. Maybe they just need renewed vigor, which they might have. The Seward needs a movement event in order to get there, and Lord Godalming and Mina are still weak. And I'm on top of a Reckless and a Mob. And I could be on 12 hit points. So I do think feeding is fine here, maybe even good. But I don't care by the margin with which I win, because I've already won the first game. So I think this is safer. We go down to 7. Rufus might appear immediately. I mean, if they just draw Rufus, then this is Friday move, Saturday, Sunday move. We go down to 5 and then 3. And then we can land in Cagliari or wherever. And by the time we do that, hunters are going to need to have, in order to beat us, hunters are going to need to have found a stake, killed the 2 vampires, not get bitten, probably have renewed vigour and play vampire there. We're going to ambush because if we get a bite, we win. We can then just stay at sea, and even if they play vampire there, then when we land, we win. I'm somewhat nervous of like the vampire dying. The knife is a substantial possibility round one. It was punch, so I'd rather have played fangs. Because I won the game on the spot, basically. This is now not punch. Could be Heavenly Host. One Heavenly Host in the bin. One knife in the bin. Yeah, sorry, what was that? That was mesmerise into rifle, and she has holy bullets. Claws into, what we're guessing, dodge here? Yes, claws into dodge. And then we hope she hasn't got a knife. If she does have a knife, she'll probably play it now, but we hope she doesn't. It is a knife. Did we know she had a knife? Right, I'd like us to not die, I guess. Hunter is mesmerised. So knife doesn't kill us. Claws into dodge, okay. And then we just have to be scared of knife next turn. Knife would kill us. This is objectively a mistake. Escape as miss was right there, which is better than mesmerise. For exactly that reason. Well, I'm glad I'm able to identify my own mistakes. Okay, one more go. Let's try and score a point. First vampire didn't die. That's a big deal, right? Okay, hoping for not a knife round one. That is not a knife round one, which is very, very good. Up to 12, which means we've now won. We can stay at sea. Hunters can reduce our influence to at least. Our influence will now not go below 10, and then we land and instantly win the game. We've got enough health that even if we get pushed to stay afloat by... Okay, we played plotting, and Hunter isn't mesmerised, so we now die. Fine. Well, that was quick. Could have played something else there, but doesn't matter. I guess we could have tried for resolving that with fangs immediately, so that we won on slightly more hit points, but again, it doesn't matter. There's nothing that can stop Ionian to Ionian land. But even CG, we still have one space to move to. We can't get CG blocked from landing. and we'll still be on 3 hit points soon if we could get pushed along by CG, like forced to go into another C. Then that's fine. I'm gonna work out how to fast forward just to save you all some time. Okay, I think this is where we were. We're now going at 2 times speed. We are in the Ionian Sea. Hunters are still trying. But nothing here matters, apart from for IDS, I guess. Okay. Vampire. All the vampires are dealt with. They start supplying. I guess they're looking at. They draw Rufus, which was one of the parts of the plan. They now need to find a stake, I guess, is the next thing to try and do something. There's no stakes in the deck currently, they're all in the discard. But even if they find it and Vampire there, it's not enough. Yep, we're down to 4 hit points. If Rufus had been found a turn earlier, it would be on 3. That's still enough. Hunters pass their turns. This is the second game. Hunters pass their turns, and then I should just pass my turn, but I want to switch to Hoax. Yeah. They did have Vampire there, but not mistake to go with it. I maybe bug the game by clicking clear. We'll choose the person who's got less than 4 hit points. We could have just landed. It makes no difference. Yeah, that was it. Well played, Spencer. Glad to have overcome you. And we're on to the semi-finals. See you all around.